Gibson. I'm with PolySteel of North Central Florida. I heard from your architect that you're thinking of building a new home. Is that true?
Yes, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm here to talk to you about all your options when it comes to building your next home. Can we talk?
Come in.
What would you say if I told you you could build your next home out of styrofoam and it would be hurricane resistant?
I need to know more about that.
I thought you'd say that. See, PolySteel forms are made out of expanded polystyrene, which you probably know as styrofoam. See, they also have reinforced galvanized steel. And see, building with PolySteel is like building with Legos. You stack them up. You can stack a wall up as high as you want, you pour it full of concrete, and now you have a 6-inch solid concrete wall that's insulated on both sides that can withstand up to 200-mile-an-hour winds. What do you think about that?
Well, that does sound attractive living in Florida. But I'm not experienced with PolySteel, and I don't want to take a long time building this project.
Well, I can understand you might not be comfortable building with a new material that you haven't used before. I mean, I know how you feel. That's one of the nice things about building with PolySteel. The blocks fit really easily together. That even an inexperienced crew can put together a PolySteel house in the time it takes an experienced crew to put together a wood-framed house. And we also provide a lot of tech support. We've got 800 phone lines. We've got the technical manual, which you have right here, videos. I teach classes. What more could you need? How does that sound?
Too good to be true. I'm having trouble imagining how it would work.
Well, here, look at these Legos. Well, imagine each piece is a piece of PolySteel. You can go from this to this in no time.
Really?
Well, I can see you're still skeptical. Well, here, why don't you take a look at this? This is a PolySteel frame. It's 4 feet long and 2 feet high. You see these unique grooves on the tops and on the sides? Watch how easily they slide together. Whole houses can go up in a day. Just check out these unique tiles. There's 8 of these in each form. They were recessed right here every 6 inches. You can go from this to this. How do you feel about that?
That's incredible. Tell me more about the hurricane resistance.
Well, sure. When you build with PolySteel, like I said, you have solid concrete walls. But they're not just solid and really sturdy. They're also reinforced with steel and surrounded by inches of insulating foam on either side. So your family can rest assured knowing that they're sleeping in a safe house. You see, our forms have been tested and proven over and over again to withstand flying debris of up to 200-mile-an-hour winds, which far exceed any wind speeds that you get here in Central Florida. And see, the government has even tested our product by setting up explosives 5 feet away from a PolySteel home, and it still withstood any damage. And on top of all that, you still have the noise factor. See, with using PolySteel, it reduces noise penetration up to 80% that you would have versus a wood framing. So, I've actually even heard about a house, a drunk driver running into a house at 90 miles an hour, and it was a PolySteel house, and the family just slept right through it. So what do you think so far?
Well, now that is incredible. But I'm thinking I wanted a brick finish on this house.
Well, a brick finish is a great idea. In fact, a lot of our customers use it. See, in using PolySteel, when it comes to finishes, the sky is the limit. You can use stucco, brick paneling, you name it. Here, take a look at this. When it comes to finishing the outside of your PolySteel home, the possibilities are endless. Here are some examples of stucco. You simply put on the lab, stucco it over, and apply whatever color and finish you'd like. How do you feel about using PolySteel for your next home?
Well, it sounds great so far, but I don't want to pay a lot of extra money for a new technology.
Well, that's a valid concern. PolySteel does tend to cost 2 to 4% more than traditional wood framing. But the good news is that you'll be saving so much on cooling and heating that it will more than offset any additional construction costs. You see, on top of that, any additional down payment comes back to you within the first year. And most people tend to save 50 to 80% on their energy bill for the life of their house. So should we make an appointment to take a look at your blueprints?
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. What about termites and bugs?
Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, that's really not a problem for PolySteel. See, all of our forms are covered in something called Perform Guard. safe for humans, bad for bugs. See, it's a solution, a borate solution, that repels not only termites but carpenter ants.
That's a load off. So what's the catch?
Well, there's no catch. You see, if you show me your prints today, I'll figure out how many forms you will need to build your house, and I can give you a price on that today. And since you seem like such a smart woman, I'll waive the charge that we usually charge for the estimate. But I'll waive that today if you let me do your prints. How does that sound?
Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. Let's go take a look at it. Here's your total for your next PolySteel house.
Wow, that seems kind of high.
Well, I can see where you might think that might be kind of high, but let's review all of that in price includes. You see, you'll have all the protection from Florida's horrible hurricane weather with the hurricane-resistant walls. You'll have the piece that comes with the quiet of insulated solid concrete. You'll have up to this 80% energy savings, and you can have the pride of knowing that you live in a house that's made with the most superior building materials available on the market today. You'll be living in the Cadillac of houses. So do you think that price is too high now?
Well, no, because it's worth it to me to keep my family safe. How soon can we get it?
Well, that's the beauty of it also. Our warehouse is fully stocked. We can give you, just let us know how many forms you want, and we'll deliver them directly to your house.
Thank you, Brittany.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure doing business with you.